Can you really get a bike with dual batteries and a carbon Gates belt drive that's any good for under $2,000?
I want to say this right, but it's NIU, N-U-I, NIU. NIU. I'm not exactly sure the pronunciation on that.
Well, I've got the new BQi-C3 Pro, and we're gonna find out.
Close enough, I guess.
The two features that really stand out to me are the two batteries and the belt drive. And let's start with the belt drive because that's an easy one. It is a Gates brand carbon belt drive. They're kind of known as the best belt drive you can get, and there's one on the bike. One thing that I would say is a potential downside to this bike, but you'll see what the power's like and what Blake thinks of this as he rides it around.
It's a single speed belt drive.
Now, I do prefer, of course, when you have a belt drive that you're using some sort of internal hub or internal crank type system that gives you some gears. And this doesn't have that. I wouldn't expect that they would be able to do that at this price point. So if you're okay with a single speed bike, basically if you live in a relatively flat area or some mild hills, it looks like this bike actually does quite well.
Yeah, I did 20.8 miles an hour, top speed right there, uphill.
But belt drives are known for being very, very low maintenance. They last a really long time. They are superior to chains in several different ways. And really the only big downside that people have ever pointed out or experienced is that they're typically more expensive. But at this price point, that doesn't seem to be the case.
Belt drive is very smooth. You don't hear any sort of chain noise at all. Single speed, there's no derailleur, so you don't have any sounds of derailleur. The only thing you can hear is a little bit of whine in the motor. So when it goes off, so no whine. And when I start pedaling, you'll hear a whine again. But it's not bad. You won't even notice it after a while, especially like over traffic and any noise around the cities and stuff like that. You won't hear the whine at all.
Second, the dual batteries. That is pretty interesting. Now, they aren't the biggest of individual batteries that I've seen. These are equivalent to just under a single 48 volt, 20 amp hour battery. Now, I have seen some bikes with a single battery under $2,000 that are about the same capacity. So it's not impossible to get a bike that has a similar range to this. They're not going to have the belt drive. There are a couple of things about the dual batteries that are pretty unique. They are interchangeable. Doesn't matter which one's in the down tube of the bike or in the front portion of the frame. They're swappable either way. So if you happen to charge one up and forgot the other, doesn't matter. You can put one in either place. The bike is still going to work. Something that is a first for me, I have not seen this yet, is that there is an individual display percentage for each battery. So if each one is at 80% or 85%, it actually shows you those separately. Now, since I'm talking about that, I was pleasantly surprised when I turned this bike on for the first time. It is probably one of the most detailed displays I have ever seen as far as the resolution goes. I mean, it's almost like cell phone level resolution. It is really clear. Possibly a downside is that the text is a little small. I would have liked to have seen more pedal assist levels, especially because it is a single speed bike. It's only got 3 levels of assist.
Yeah, pedal assist 3, there might be a little bit too much juice for just a relaxed ride. This is 2. Doing like 17 miles an hour.
I think when you've got a single speed, it'd be nice to have a little more variety in there, like at least 5. That way you can kind of modulate the power a little bit better. It comes with fenders. It comes with a rear rack.
I think it said it's a 75-pound rack on the back. It's got nice fenders.
The taillight is a functioning brake light. The headlight looks decently bright. This thing really is set up out of the box to be a good commuter city bike.
I want this bike, I'll be honest. I think it'd be a great bike for actually my mom. She's 75 and she lives in a city that's flat. And I think it'd be a perfect bike for someone like that.
I really have no major complaints about it. The top speed is 28 miles per hour, so it is fairly quick. It seems to get up to speed nicely as well. I think because of the nice low rolling resistance tires it has.
So I just put it up into pedal assist 2 and this slight hill here, and I'm like really chill on the pedaling. I'm not even putting any sort of effort in there. And it went up this hill just fine. 12 miles an hour, 13, 14.
Power doesn't seem to be an issue for the new, it is kind of a mouthful, BQi-C3 Pro. The tires are puncture resistant. The warranty is what I would consider above standard. Most bikes on the market have a 1-year warranty. And this one, surprisingly, has a 2-year warranty, and that does include the battery and the motor. Another thing that impressed me was that it has a splash-resistant IP45 rating for the entire bike. So they really were thinking about people who are going to commute with this and use this potentially on a daily basis, no matter the weather conditions. The battery is IP67 and the motor is IP65.
There's no suspension, but it's a really comfortable ride on the gravel.
Now, I did say 750 watt motor. It does say, if you look into the details and the specs on their website, it's a 500 watt motor with a peak or max power of 750 watts. They estimate 49 to 62 miles per charge with those dual batteries. I think that's actually really reasonable. I know people that have done over 100 miles on a battery capacity around this size.
I think the rotors are 180s. Mechanical disc brakes feel nice.
Of course, those can be upgraded on just about any electric bike. I think it'd be hard to have the dual batteries, the Gates belt drive, the 500, 750 watt peak motor, and hydraulic brakes and everything they've done, and keep the price point down to $19.99. NIU seems to have a lot of scooters that have been out there for a little while. I think for their very first bike, this is a winner. If you're new to the Area 13 channel, I've got tons of videos all about electric bikes. Here's another one you might like right here.
Go, kitty, go, kitty, go, kitty.